Last week, my great-granddaughter Ruby came home from school. She said, "Grandad, will you help me with my maths?" "Of course I will," I said. "I mean, how hard can it be? She's only 7. But what's the problem?" "Okay, Grandy," she said, "I'll show you what the problem is. I have to multiply 47 by 35. Well, let me show you how I would do it, Ruby. First of all, I would put them down, 47, 35. Then I would look at the first multiplication, which is 7 times 5 is 35, with 3 to carry. 4 times 5 is 20, with 3 to carry is 235. So that's the first line. The second line, I would move one place to the left, and I say 7 times 3 is 21, and 4 times 3 is 12, with the 2 carried is 14, 141. Add them together, and you get 1645. So the answer, 47 times 35, is 1645. How's that? Well, that's okay, Granny, she said, but that's not the way we do it. Okay, well, how do you do it then? We use the grid method. The grid method. Just remind me, what is the grid method? I've forgotten. Actually, I've never done it. Okay, Grandad said, I'll show you. The first thing we do is put the numbers at the side. 40 and 7 makes 47. 30 and 5 makes 35. Then we multiply this by that. So 40 times 30. It's easier, our teacher said, to multiply 4 by 3, which is 12, then add the 2 noughts. 40 times 5, or 4 times 5 is 20, and add the naught is 200. 7 times 30, 7 times 3 is 21, and add the naught is 210. And 7 times 5 is 35. And then all we have to do then is add them all together. So 1200 plus 200 plus 210 plus 35 equals 1645. Well, that's a nice method, Ruby, I said, and I'm sure it works well. The only problem I see there is they get lots of noughts here. For bigger numbers, you may get mixed up with the noughts. I'll show you a method I found on the internet and see what you think of that. This method is similar to yours, a square again, with diagonal lines across there, and we put 4 and 7, just 4 and 7, no zeros, and 3 and 5. Then in each block we multiply out, so 7 times 3 is 21, the 2 and the 1 there. 4 times 3 is 12, which is the 1 and the 2. 4 times 5 is 20, a 2 and a 0, and 7 times 5 is 35, a 3 and a 5. Now what we do now, we actually go through the diagonal lines like this. There's 1, go through here like that, go here like that, and through here like that. So working along here, we can see that in this first square here, we've got a 5, so I'll put a 5 down there. 5. And if we go down here, 1 and 3 is 4. And if we go down the next line, 2 and 2 and 2 is 6. And this line, we have a 1. So again, the answer is 1645. So this is a method. I'm sure your teacher won't want to use this method, but it's a method I've found is quite easy to use. And it works for bigger numbers as well. And I'm not going to show you them, but that's where I would do my maths. I'm just going to show you that this method works for big numbers as well. Don't bother showing your kids this, it's a bit difficult. But look at the same method. We've got 2 larger numbers here. We've got 3454 multiplied by 256. And we do the same sort of thing. We put 3454 across the top, 256 down the side, and multiply the squares out. So we have 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 2 is 6. Down this one we have 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 5 is 20, 5 times 5 is 25, 4 times 5 is 20. In the last square we've got 3 times 6 is 18, 4 times 6 is 24, 3 times 6 is 30, and 6 times 4 is 24. So this is the same principle before. We draw some diagonal lines down here, down there, down there, down there, down there, and down there. And let's see if we work out the answer. We've got the last digit is a 4. The next to last is a 2. Then we've got 8, 10, 15, 18, 22. So I've got a 2 down and carry 2. 8 plus 2 is 10, 12, 14. So it's a 4 down. Carry 1, 2, 7, 9, 10, 18, carry 1, and 8. So now we can see the answer is 884224, which, if you check with a calculator, I'm sure you'll find the right answer. So you can see this method is okay, even for long numbers. Gives you a fairly quick way of solving the problem. One final method which I saw on the internet was this. This is derived from India, and from a long time ago, I think, in India. So we take the numbers 47 and 35 again, and now we either multiply vertically or cross diagonally. So first of all, multiply vertically. 7 times 5 is 35. The last digit is 5, carry 3. Now we multiply diagonally. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 4 times 5 is 20, that's 41. Add the carry, gives 44. So the next digit is 4, and the carry is 4. Finally, we go vertically again. 4 times 3 is 12, add the carry is 16. So the answer is 1645, as before. This method is I think it's quite good. So when you have more than 2 digits, you have to be rather careful, making sure you get the groups right. But it does work even for very large numbers. Now, if you show your grandchild this, you might pretend that you're cleverer than she is. Bye now.